Hello and welcome. Look, if you're in your 40s and 50s and perhaps you're a successful business owner or you've got a successful career and you're juggling lots of responsibilities, perhaps you're raising a young family or a family, and somewhere along the way, your physical health just took a little dive in the priority list. And maybe now you're feeling it. You're noticing that you've been stacking a little bit of weight on as the years go by. Your energy's lacking a little bit. Your joints are suddenly stiff. It's hard to put your jocks on. It's hard to put your socks on. And look, maybe you've tried to go back to training and you've got the drive and discipline, but when it comes to actually knowing what to do, you're just winging it. In this video, which is for you, I'm going to walk you through the simple framework that I use with clients to help them finally get clarity, to get a system, to get direction and get results. And look, this is one of the 5 pillars of my strength and mobility masterclass for over 40s, 50s, and 60s. It's one of the key pillars, and it's called Set, Track, and Treasure. And ultimately, it's about setting goals that matter to you. It's about tracking your training and then treasuring the feedback that you get. Now, here's what I see all the time. It's high performers who crush it in business, but when it comes to their body, they're using vague, outdated approaches. Maybe I want to lose weight. Maybe I want to get fit. Look, that's not a strategy and we know it. It's a hope. And hope isn't a plan. If you don't have a clear goal or a clear method that you're using, then you're not going to end up moving towards the outcome that you want. And look, you wouldn't do it in your business. So don't do it with your physical training either. It's just going to lead to frustration, to wasted time, and you eventually giving up. But it doesn't have to be that way. Step one is about setting a clear and aligned goal. And what that really looks like is I want to deadlift my body weight pain-free by my 50th birthday. Or I want to drop 5 kilos so that I feel good when I take my shirt off at the beach. The difference is one is emotional, it's measurable, and they're both real, okay? As opposed to the vague one of just, I want to get fitter. This is literally the first thing that I help my clients with. And sometimes this is a big chunk of our initial strategy call where we go through this. The second step is about tracking your training. And we want to track our training like we track our business. Because look, we wouldn't run a company and not refer to our numbers, our data, and our targets. But we often find that we approach our health in this manner. When we set and track our sets and our reps and our weights and how our body feels and how we move, it takes all of the guesswork out of it. You don't need fancy software. You don't need a notebook or a spreadsheet or an app. You can ultimately use whichever one of those suit you best. It's ultimately about whatever works for you and just having the tracking there, because what gets measured gets managed and what gets managed improves. So it's about having that data there for you to actually utilize and do something with. Step three is all about treasuring the feedback. And I use the word treasure on purpose because your body is always giving you clues. Are you recovering well? Are you sleeping deeply? Are you moving better? Are your joints moving freely? Are they giving you pain or are they giving you comfort and pleasure? Are they encouraging you to do more movement? Are you constantly sore? Is your energy crashing? Is your motivation tanking? Are you hungry all the time or are you satiated? What is going on? And this information is the clue to help us get a clearer picture, to help you get a clearer picture and generate your outcomes, but also for me as a coach to be able to identify where you're at, what's going on so that we can pivot. And ultimately, with information, the sooner we can stop judging it and start using it, everything changes. So this is what my clients learn inside the first few weeks. It's not about being perfect, but it is about being honest, consistent, and adaptable. And these are the qualities that really help people to transform. So they're qualities that you want to start trying on and choosing more and more and more. When you set the right goals and you track with intention and you listen to your body's feedback, you start to train with purpose. You feel stronger, you move better, you wake up with more clarity, with more energy, and ultimately have more capacity for not only the training session itself, but for the life that you want to live around you in your business, with your family, and with people that matter. So it's ultimately not about necessarily being shredded like someone who's 25 or being capable of doing what a 25-year-old could do, but it's about becoming more capable for the life you want, more resilient to the things that are in your life, and more confident about who you are right now and what you can do. Ultimately, it's about setting you up for right now and for the decade that follows, and the decade that follows, and the decade that follows. So let's get clear, let's track it, and let's make sure we're heading in that direction. If this is hitting home for you and you're ready to do something about it, to make some sort of commitment and not just watch another video or procrastinate or say I'll start Monday, then what you need to do is you need to click the link below or find it in my Instagram profile, and you need to book in a strategy call, because without a strategy, you have nothing. Ultimately, what we want to do is we want to get crystal clear on what you really want from your training and within your life. We want to build a practical strategy that you can start using immediately. And we want to identify any subconscious patterns or habits that are really just holding you back, that we want to get rid of, and start building the kind of person that you need to become so that you can execute on this and really get the results that you want. I know you've probably spent years building the kind of life that you want, and it's probably a great life, but it's time to build the body to match so that you have the function, the freedom, the strength, and the mobility to be able to play inside that awesome life. Click the link below. Let's get on a strategy call and start you in the direction that you want to head to, absolutely crush the next 30 years. Because short-term planning sucks and long-term planning is where real results that last are made.